Pikachu. Hello, I have another manga and comic book haul today. This will be much shorter than my last 100 item thing. That was nearly an hour. I have 28 books, 8 manga, 2 novels, and 18 American comics. I think I got some cool stuff. I always say that, but let's go right ahead. So I'm going to start off with the manga and then go into the American comics. I hope the microphone is working. Okay. So the first manga is To Love Ru. This is volume 3 and 4. It came a little damaged from Amazon. A little annoyed by that, but it's not that big of a deal. It's still readable, and that's really what I care about. I just noticed there's like markings on the side of the book, like right there. I don't know if it's picking up on camera. There's also like a lot of scratches on the very back. Those probably won't show up, but maybe I should get another copy. But anyway, To Love Ru, there's probably not too much to talk about. Hopefully I can show these pages without, getting my channel demonetized. Not that it is monetized anyway, but I'm a huge fan of To Love Ru. I read it years ago before the manga got released in English, and I've just been very slow picking up the volumes. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to, but I had like a gift card and I figured I could use some more To Love Ru, so I'm very excited to read this. And maybe now that I bought it, it'll give me the push to buy the rest of To Love Ru. Then I got JoJo Part 2, Volume 2. What is Part 2 again? Battle Tendencies. In my last manga haul, I showed off Part 2, Volume 1, and also JoJo Part 3, Volumes 1 and 2. I think I have 2 more volumes left of Battle Tendency. I believe there are four volumes. I still need to start Part 4. That's where I'm currently up to in JoJo. As I said before, maybe I'll just go and buy Part 4 and just start reading it from there. I really enjoyed Part 2. I don't remember too much about it. I don't want to give a spoiler, but I remember there was like a really sad death at the end of Part 2. If you've read Part 2, you probably know what I'm talking about. But I remember just being really, really upset when that character died. So I'm very much looking forward to reading this. These volumes, they're just so well made, but everyone's talking about that. So then I got Devilman Volume 2. This is the last volume. It's a 2-volume series. It was originally 5 volumes in Japan, and this is the conclusion. I lost my train of thought. So I got Volume 1 a few years ago, and I recently, for my big manga haul, when I was buying all that manga, I wanted to get Part 2, because in that 100 volume, extravaganza, I got Devilman vs. Hades, which is like a Devilman spin-off series or something. And I was looking for Volume 2 and I could not find it. Like, it was just so hard to find. And it didn't occur to me that this was out of print, because I was like, this is fairly new, or like the English editions are fairly new. But I emailed Right Stuff, or I put my email on like a waiting list, and that was the first time I ever used Right Stuff, when they emailed me back and said, hey, Devilman Volume 2 is here. And I told myself I shouldn't buy any more manga. I have 50 volumes that I haven't read yet, but I immediately jumped on it, immediately bought it, because I wanted to have the complete Devilman collection. And I was worried that it would, go out of print or go out of stock again. It's probably the better phrase. But if you haven't read Devilman, I highly recommend it. It's a classic series from the 70s or 80s by Go Nagai, a very famous manga artist. I think it was a controversial series at the time, just because of how gruesome and how bloody it was. I really like the old 80, 70 manga art style. I know there's an anime, I think it was on Netflix. I was never able to get into it. I tried it, but it was just a little weird for me. But I absolutely love the manga. I read it once online before the volumes were published in English. So the next books I have were also a little bit hard to find. All those previous volumes I got on Amazon, and then Devilman I got on Right Stuff. And then the rest of the books from now on will be stuff I got from eBay. Not sure if that makes a difference to you guys. So I got a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. I have the first 4 volumes of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. It's a 9-volume series. And I found volume 3, 5, 7, 8, and then the final volume, volume 9, very thick. So I couldn't find volume 6, and for several days or for like a week, I ordered this and I was like, okay, I'll just find volume 6 later. Volume 6 was so hard to find. I don't know why. And I was talking to one of my friends, and I think it's because that volume 6, when it came out, included a copy of Elemental Hero The Shining, and that's a very good card. So I think that's why it was so hard to get, because people were just buying 3 copies of it so they could get 3 copies of Elemental Hero The Shining. That's the only thing I can think of, because I read it. I've read this entire series. Maybe I got it from my local library. I don't know how I originally read it. And I couldn't think of anything in volume 6 that would make people want to buy it from a story perspective. Wasn't like there was like a relationship that, or characters kissed or something. So I think it was just that card. And just a few days ago, I was thinking about this, and I went on eBay one last time, and I actually found volume 6. I don't have it yet, but I managed to buy it. I bought volume 6 for $30, compared to I probably spent $30 or $40 just on these 4 or these five volumes. I spent about $30 on volume 6 because I just wanted it for my collection, and other people all of a sudden, like, I couldn't find it for like a week, and then I found several listings all of a sudden on eBay for volume 6, but some people were selling it for like $50, $60. I was like, I'm not paying that much. $30, that's high, but it seems more doable. Retail, it probably would have gone for like $10, so I'm paying what, 300% more or something. So all of these volumes are basically new. Like, they came all sealed, like in shrink wrap, and they all have cards in the back. So I figured it would be fun right now to quickly open up the cards and show you guys. I'm not going to open up the card in the back of volume 3. It's a Wing Karibo level 9, because I already have volume 3, so I'm going to probably give this away to one of my friends, or I don't know. I'm going to give it away, so I want to keep the card in the back. Volume 5 has a copy of Dark Lord Desire. Let's see if I can cut these out without ruining the card and doing this on camera. There we go. It's much easier than I thought. I think I have this card. I think this might have been like a Shonen Jump promo at some point. It's a cool card. I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh, but every now and then I keep thinking that I should just collect the cards just because they look really cool and they look really nice. I also feel like sometimes maybe I should, go. I have a friend that goes to local tournaments, and maybe I should tag along with him and play. But I like Elemental Heroes, and Elemental Heroes aren't good anymore. Some would say that they've never been good. So Volume 7 has a copy of... It's an ultra rare Blizzard Princess. I don't know how good any of these cards are, or if they're valuable. I think these might all be limited edition, so I don't know. I'd like to just buy a bunch of cards that I sort of like aesthetically and hold on to them. Like Yatagarasu is a card that I don't have, but I think just looks really cool, so I'd like to own a copy of it. I hope these cards are showing up on camera. It really bothers me that Yu-Gi-Oh, or I guess Konami, doesn't show the artists who created the illustration. So this is the next card. What is it? Oh God, Barbaroid, the Ultimate Battle Machine card. Is that what it's called? The Ultimate Battle Machine card? That's really weird. I guess it's a Roid. It's a fusion card. I'm very excited to read the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX manga again. It's been such a long time since I've read any of the volumes. The Ultimate Battle Machine. Oh, okay. Oops. 4,000 attack points. Look at. I don't know if this is even focusing. Probably not. It's shiny. How do you make it? 5 machine type Roid monsters. Okay. That would probably be a much better card if it didn't specify Roid. So the final volume. Is there? Oh, okay. There's not a card in volume 9. That's kind of a shame. Oh well. Oh well. So this is a little bit of a Yu-Gi-Oh card haul. I don't know. They're pretty cool. I'll put them in my binder. Put like a sleeve on them and hold on to them. I think I already have a Dark Lord Desire card. Okay. So that ends the manga section of this video. I can't find the other piece, whatever. Okay. So the rest of the books I have, they're right over here. I got a bunch of Mark Crilly comics. Some of you might know him. He's a very popular art YouTuber. I don't know if I've probably shown off some of his books in other hauls. So I got his very first, or one of his first series, Miki Falls. This Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4. This is the complete series. It's kind of, I've seen people call it like an American manga, because it's very much in the manga style. I know Brody's Ghost is too, but this has a little bit more of a shoujo feel to it. And it's a love story between this girl named Miki and this guy named Hiro. And basically Hiro, I don't want to give anything away, but Hiro has a basically he has a secret, and Miki gets involved in it, and things just kind of spiral out of control. I don't want to give it away because I read this years ago, got it at my local library, and I highly recommend it. It's a enjoyable, fun read. I found these all on Amazon for like $10-15. They were pretty cheap. I have the entire series of Brody's Ghost, Mark Crilly's. I think it's like his latest manga style comic. There was also another one he did about art. I forget what the title of that is off the top of my head. And then I got some of Mark Crilly's even older stuff. I got some of his Akiko stuff. If you know Mark Crilly, you know what I'm talking about. So he did a comic book series called Akiko. And he also wrote some novels about with these characters. So this is one of them. I didn't know these were novels when I got these on the eBay lot. And I got another novel right here, as well as a bunch of single issues of the Akiko comic, which I will show in a second. But I initially thought these were graphic novels, but I'm fine. I don't care if they're novels. They're sort of like picture books, because every so often there will be a picture every few pages. So it's pretty cool. I've read some of the Akiko stories when again years ago at my local library. The series is basically about this girl named Akiko, and then she has a group of friends, and they're just sort of like they're going to different planets. Mark Crilly sort of described this series as like, I think, the Wizard of Oz meets like Star Wars or something. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of cool. I'm running out of adjectives, but I really recommend it. These were all fairly cheap too. As you can see, this is not in the greatest condition, but I don't really care. I mean, these are all old books, so that's sort of to be expected. Then the actual comics, I got a bunch of the single issues. I believe this is issue 6. Here is issue 10. I'll go through them all and then maybe I'll open one up to show you guys some of the art. This is issue 12. Actually, I'm going to show you the art in this one because this one's already open. The tape was not sealed. I forgot that. I think it's black and white inside. I forgot about that. Yeah, so it's about Akiko, and she has all these different, friends, and they're, just like exploring different planets, having, just weird, goofy adventures. You can find a lot of videos on Mark Crilley's YouTube channel of him talking about this old series. This is issue 13. I've read some of these years ago. I don't remember which issues I read. This is 15. I love these covers. They're so detailed. This is 16. Here is 18. He has an interesting style. Like everything feels like very solid. I don't know, like everything feels like a sculpture or something. This is like issue 19. The crazy detail in the turtle. It's super cool. Issue 20. Interesting cover. 21. I remember this character's name was Spuckler, and he was sort of like the action hero, space cowboy of the group. This is 22. Yeah, like there's something about the way Mark Crilley draws his characters. Like they feel very like stiff. Like feels like the wrong word, but like everything feels very like solid and like they're like statues or something. Like it looks nice, but that's just sort of the vibe I get from it. 23. I mean, this was like I think an early art style of his. Like his style has changed significantly. This is 24, I believe. I think there were 50 some odd issues. I'm not entirely sure. And this is, I'm not sure which number this is. Can anyone tell me? Tell me in the comment section. What number is this? Yeah, so that is it for this comic and manga haul. I think I got some really, really cool stuff. I'm looking forward to reading basically everything. I'm kind of excited about the Mark Crilley stuff because I haven't read Mickey Falls or Akiko in such a long time. I'm still waiting for Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Volume 6 to come, and then once I do that, I'll read everything in order, as opposed to reading them out of order. I don't know if some people do that. I'm not funny. So I think that's going to be the end of the video. I probably won't have another manga haul for a while. I've spent a lot of money on manga and comics, and I've not read most of them. So that is it, and I hope you guys like this video. Trying to make more videos, but we will see how that goes.